You be like, oh, okay, click.
We do the
What's your social media? How can we find you?
How can we find you? As soon as you hear that right there, boy, you know it's about that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, we got an awesome show for you today. Today is the 14th of June, 2018. Today is our 45th show, and you won't believe whose birthday it is today. What? Hey, also got a lot of people to talk about today. Chrissy Louis Vuitton. We're Christian. Christian Louis Vuitton. We're going to talk about him. He won a big deal. Yesterday we were supposed to talk about those kitchen towels. You know, the ones you wash your rags? Yes. Just because you wash dishes with them don't mean they always clean. No, according to this new study. Kwame Kilpatrick. Shout out to all of our folks up there in the D. It's so cold in the D. Detroit mayor got a message for 45 as well. Uh-oh. He wants some help. And also, guess what California is thinking of doing? And drowning deaths. I'm telling you, if summer is here, it's upon us. One, don't take your kids to Lake Lanier. Or don't nobody go to Lake Lanier. That's a.k.a. Camp Crystal Lake. You remember in the Jason movies? They were at Camp Crystal Lake. That was it. And everybody went down. That's how it is at Lake Lanier. But don't do it. We got some important messages about your kids in the pools and stuff like that.
So make sure they know how to swim.
And make sure your ass paying attention.
And make sure you know how to swim.
That'd be the problem. Folks don't be paying attention on their phones. But anyway. I'm going to talk about that. We'll get our attention out later. Yep. Hey, when we come back, we're going to tell you who's on the show today.
And who's not.
It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Power 108.9. Shout it.
Good morning.
What it do?
Wake up.
Okay. My text is when
Thank you. Picture this. Good morning. Hey, John. How are you? What up, Tony? I'm feeling good, feeling great. Hey, Mike Lee. What up, Tasha? How are you? What are y'all talking about? What y'all doing?
I don't know.
My tags went away.
What you mean?
What are you trying to tag?
What's your hash?
Yeah, no, the tag she just did for me.
Oh,
Nobody worried about that. We know how to find you.
Which one?
Grab this for me, Cognac.
Which one?
Up at the top.
Okay, grab it. All right.
Ooh, some disconnect. I don't know what they were because like I said, I literally.
It was just Michael.
Do Michael and that one.
Okay.
Hey, Jay Ortiz. Ooh, that wasn't good for me.
I told y'all you can focus on more than one thing at one time.
Oh, yeah. I see her. Ooh, Mama got this.
He was like, both of your other cameras, my camera messed up.
Oh, no, I ain't worried about that. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Just as long as the YouTube feed works. That's all that matters as far as
And which one is that one? That top one at the top?
The camera at the top.
So that's a YouTube, just strictly YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Well, it goes live directly to YouTube. So that phone right there, that's the view that they see.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to get y'all to scoot over a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll share it with you. So I'll send it to you as well, too.
Okay.
Oh, is this mine or that's yours?
No, yeah.
I was about to say.
Hi. Good morning. Hey, Jay Ortiz. What up?
Hello, Natasha McFadden.
Oh. No.
Trying to lift this seat up some.
Yeah.
That's right on my right.
You feel short.
The guy, the guy you know who was here, did he stop by and say what's up?
Who, Rashawn?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw him yesterday. I didn't speak to him today. Thank you. Was I pushing it the wrong way?
Probably so.
Okay.
So, you here now?
Oh, yes, I'm tall. I'm into the mic. Yeah.
You can't find
All my life I
Look
want
at
to
that
be
one. Look at that
tall.
one now, Joy. Look.
I know. Always got to one up somebody.
I know, right?
Kobe, what up, Charles?
That's how that is. You gonna see me.
Michael and Joy in the morning.
Whoop, whoop.
MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an awesome show for you today. As a matter of fact, today's show is being brought to you by the Valerie Randolph and the Randolph Agency. You know, you guys can check her out at 1995 Windy Hill Road, right there in Smyrna, Georgia. Or you can give her a call, 770-435-7667. They are a multi-line insurance agency. They do it all. Auto, home, health, life, everything you need. Property,
all at once.
Renters, everything.
And then if you bundle it all together, you're gonna get a discount as well too. So it's always awesome.
Hey, speaking of bundling, yesterday we talked about a couple of mergers with Time Warner and the other company. Now Comcast is jumping in the game to buy Fox. Like everybody trying to buy each other. Why not?
Why not?
We don't need to compete.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you bring what you bring to the table, I bring what I bring to the table. We're a major force together.
There you go. I think that was a song somewhere.
It is. I don't know.
Hey,
Whitney and Bobby.
Oh, is that what it was for real?
I don't know. I don't know why he distraught. Why you over there?
No, because I just can hear him in my earphones.
Oh.
And you talking about, and I ain't even got no earphones on. She talking about, see how much she pay attention.
Well, actually, I was just wondering whether or not they were invisible.
Got the little wireless jumps sticking in my head. Yeah. Hey, Brandon Frame is going to be hanging out with us today.
Whoop, whoop.
Brandon was actually a guest on Michael and Joy about
a
3
black man
years ago. Yeah. He was a call-in, so what did we say about them call-ins? Thank you, Brandon. We appreciate you.
Except for yesterday's caller. Boy, yesterday's caller, man. I was sitting there like this trying to figure out when I could just jump in there.
Yeah, you got to just jump in there and start talking.
Boy, oh, he went all the way there.
Hey, somebody said, Jay said that was Neo's. You make me better.
Yeah.
When we are movements by ourselves.
Yeah,
we're moving by ourselves, but we're forced when we're together.
See, we were just listening to Neo. Shout out to him.
We're forced when we're together.
You know what sounded a whole lot better when Neo do it.
Somebody else was on that song though.
I don't know, but it sounded a whole lot
fabulous.
better. That's
Fabulous.
what I said. I did say fab.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. Appreciate that, Jay.
Thank you.
Hey, who else coming by hanging out with this? The new show.
Man, look, I'm so excited about Lipstick and Cognac.
Man, we're gonna get a chance to holler at them. I think I don't know if I met Lipstick or Cognac. I met
You
one of them
Cognac
Sunday.
on
Okay.
Sunday. Yeah.
I just couldn't.
I'm about to say, they're totally different people.
Yeah, they are. Now
You
that's
don't know
it. Yeah.
when you meet what.
But then when you look at their Instagram, like he's Cognac, she's Lipstick,
like, for real.
all day. So shout out to them. And then
I was like, I don't know really about Cognac. Color a little long.
Grey Goose. Some of that Sky Vodka.
Bailey's.
Tito's.
Bailey's actually is
Bailey's could be a good one.
Dope.
Yeah, so shout out to Bailey's. Hey, I do gotta just do a quick PSA.
Yes.
I have to apologize to my family.
Uh-oh.
First of all.
Okay.
So I gotta apologize to my family, and hopefully they're listening right now. Beginning with my beautiful wife of 22 years.
No, she listening.
22 years in November. Lipstick came in and said, "Oh, I'm celebrating my anniversary." I was like, "How many years?" She was like, 2. I was like, "Girl, you almost there."
Y'all still newlyweds. Y'all still dating.
But I gotta apologize to my wife and my kids because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yesterday, we were doing the show yesterday. We were doing the show yesterday. And
you want me to
while
stare in your
I
face?
just.
Tasha, staring at his face is weird sometimes. No, because I was laughing about how you said that Tasha was going to be on that money. Like, I watched that clip later, you were like, $4 going to be missing.
Out of that 75 million?
$75 million.
Hell yeah.
And you went all the way down to, like, the pity.
That's how she is.
I know. But, okay, so what were you apologizing for?
Because the reason why I'm apologizing is because I did something very stupid. About 3 weeks ago, I started back on Weight Watchers, right?
Which isn't stupid.
No, not that part. Let me finish. So, got down to 12 pounds, but you know me, I get cocky like,
you do. I'm ready for my photo shoot. I was like, hold up. I'm man down. I haven't been able to work out since April 1st.
So, now all of a sudden I'm losing weight. I'm eating better. I'm back running. So, I'm so super duper cocky. Yeah. I don't need my blood pressure medicine. I'm feeling good. I'm straight. Like,
you go.
So couple of days turned into a couple of weeks, brother then shedded 12.4 pounds. I ain't hit that scale yet, but probably down about 13, 14 pounds. But yesterday when we were doing our interview with Dondria, I got dizzy. And then I could feel like, it felt like my eyes were burning. Like I had a headache in my eye. Like I was like, that is the weirdest feeling.
Over it.
Yeah, and no, in it. Like
in it.
Eyeballs were burning a little bit. And then I had this pain going down my neck. So,
Daddy getting old.
I'm doing a training class yesterday, and doing the training classes, I'm speaking for 8 hours a day. I'm entertaining the audience, speaking for a total of 8 hours a day. And at the end of the day, I'm feeling a little, I'm 2 or 3 seconds behind. So when I left work yesterday, I decided to go get my blood pressure checked. Went to that little Publix jump.
I was going to say Walgreens.
And went to a Publix. They be having that good fruit in Publix, so. I put my arm.
Nobody walk away from their free samples, boy. I tell you, they gonna get you every time.
They'll stay there for 20 minutes. I put my arm in there and I get my blood pressure checked. And believe it or not,
super high.
I was at 168 over 115. Like
you were all the way in the red.
Like I think the blood pressure I think they called 911. Yeah, I went outside, ambulances and fire trucks and stuff all outside. I'm like, somebody got hurt.
No, that's for you playing.
It's a black male. He got curly hair. So yesterday when I went home, I shut it down. I jumped back on my medicine. Obviously knocked the show out. Shut it down completely yesterday. And I just want to apologize to my family, you know what I'm saying? And apologize to you because...
everybody, because, we need you to be on point. I mean, who gonna bring the Bible to the station if you ain't here?
Who gonna bring the who?
The Bible.
Oh, this Bible.
The Bible.
You just snuck something in my bag?
All the papers. I just show up. I mean, somebody gonna have to bring the papers to the show to make it work.
And who gonna push these buttons over here?
Right. Eddie ain't quite there yet.
Right. He ain't quite there yet. So I just want to apologize to wifey.
For feeling yourself. Right.
I do
right.
that all the time, but
clearly.
Yeah.
Since you was 13.
Well,
that's what you told us all the other day.
Between us, wasn't nobody listening.
No, you told us that on air.
Oh, did I?
You did.
We recorded it?
Yeah.
So I wanted to apologize to everybody, my wife, my kids.
Okay, well look at them now when you apologizing to your wife. Man. Right, over there.
We do radio, not TV. Yeah, because people going to start thinking you're my wife.
And I'm not.
Hey, but anyway, yes, I took my meds yesterday.
I'm glad that you were back on your meds.
I took them today.
You were not 168 over 115 anymore.
Yeah, I took them today, so I should be getting better today. But y'all know what that means when I take my blood pressure medicine, though, right?
You gotta go to the back.
I gotta go pee. I'll be back. Michael and Joy.
Michael and Joy, boy. I can't hold water at all.
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good, Jay. I'm good.
You
Wycliffe.
168. You already know when my mama hear that shit.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. Thank you for accepting my apology.
Brandon, is a black man can on Facebook?
Yes. The black man.
Oh, okay.
Space out.
Okay. Thank you. That's right, it is.
That was so stupid of me, y'all.
You did what?
I said, I tell you.
Start listening to people. I got some natural herbs for you to take.
That's natural.
Tell Arts, I said, what's up?
I'm quite sure he can read.
What up, Joe? Hey, congested nonsense.
I know you get tired of seeing lipstick all the time.
Actually, Bailey's. I think I actually get good
I
at
was
that.
gonna be white Hennessy.
Oh, yeah.
But that was way too long.
It's too long.
Who, you?
No.
Oh, white Hennessy.
Did you say who, you?
You know what? What did Wes Bryson name should have been?
White Hennessy.
That is
Hennessy white.
That is.
Vodka. I don't know, today you're acting more like that gin.
Power 108.9. Hey. Okay, here we go. Bye. We got another person?
Chance the Fox.
Chance called in last
Who is
time.
Tamika?
Who is who?
Tamika. Tamika's coming in. What's up, Valerie Randolph?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself? Hey.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Patrice, lipstick.
Cognac.
Oh, nice to meet
They have
you.
a new show called Lipstick and Cognac. And this is Brandon Sprain with the Black Man Can.
So you work for Allstate.
Yeah.
Oh, my 9 to 5 to stay for.
I retired, sorry.
Mine is farmer, so we represent all of them. I'm sorry to hear that. We represent all of them.
Yes. So what do you do for safety?
Office manager. I've been there for a long time. Lace Wick Agency. She's in Buckhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And about yourself?
I own my own agency.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Where is yours?
It's in Brookhaven.
Okay.
It's not called Lipstick though.
Okay. So how long have you owned your agency?
I've owned this one for a little under a year.
Okay.
But I've been an agency for
dope.
about 2.5.
We're on YouTube too, so I shared it with Tamika. So.
Oh, okay, I can share it too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Tamika.
That's to me.
What's that email?
It's just the YouTube link.
Okay, so we
It's a
can click
chair
on
down
it.
there.
Hey, no, I'm just saying so you can share it later.
What's up, Miss Randolph?
Oh, you're right. How are you?
How are you? Good morning.
People don't get up this early.
No, they
I
have to
can
live this
tell.
early.
They gonna watch that good old replay though. What up, Cyrus? Hey, Milo.
Michael and Joy in the morning.
Yeah.
MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an awesome show for you today. Lipstick Cognac gonna be in the building with us today.
Yes,
We're gonna give them some new names today, just like some test names that they can use during the day.
Right. I already
You
got
started
mine.
it.
I got mine. Shout out to Bailey's. Bailey's in the morning with some coffee. And
Right.
That's the way to get to work.
Who's that?
Drunk.
Where you come from?
You're on your way to work already lit.
Where did?
I don't
there
know.
you go.
I don't work
Hold up.
anymore.
Hey,
I just show up.
so shout out to also Brandon's gonna be in the building with us today. Shout out to Brandon, a call-in from
Yes,
a few
sir.
years ago. Now we get to meet him in person, and also
The
shout
black
out to
man can.
the Valerie Randolph and the Randolph Agency. You guys can check her out. 1995, Windy Hill Road, Smyrna, Georgia. Multi-line insurance agency, Allstate to be more specific. 1995, Windy Hill Road, Smyrna, Georgia, and she's gonna be dropping some of that knowledge on us
You
today.
know, one of the things that I love about our new space is we get to see Valerie more.
More, exactly.
Because I feel like we're a whole lot closer. So she's like, oh, they right there now.
Right. Valerie jogged over here this morning.
Every Thursday.
Heels and all. Hey, shout out to
Yes.
Aubrey Drake Graham. Aubrey Drake Graham released his album date. Aubrey said that he's going to be dropping his new record on next Friday. You know, it's the follow-up to the last record that he had. And then he dropped a video for that, for I'm Upset.
I'm sorry.
I'm Upset video.
I'm upset. Oh, yeah, the one that we were watching this morning, the throwback to when
Degrassi, yes. I've never seen that show before.
Neither have I.
If I was a
Definitely.
Degrassi fan, I probably would be super hyped because you get
So,
it's kind of like a Saved by the Bell reunion.
It is. That's
You know,
that's exactly
That's what it looked like, right?
Maybe we should just watch an episode, or maybe I should just watch an episode or two just so I can understand what the plot is.
I bet you
Because
who
that
has.
didn't look like a regular high school.
No, it did. Like,
Looked like-
because Drake got shot in it. It
Looked like the one where they said all the bad.
was like an
kids.
open campus school or something. Hey,
They got bars on the door.
Lipstick and Cognac is in the building. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
Yeah, that's
Now,
all I heard.
y'all,
was that
any of y'all ever
country
look at Degrassi?
No.
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 But I do know he did get, he was handicapped in the,
Oh,
he didn't
had
start
that
out like
movie?
that
He
though.
got shot.
He didn't start out, like he started out walking and then he was on the wheelchair.
Hold on, what he started out doing?
Walking.
Now, growing up, where you guys from originally?
Melissa, you go first.
I am an ATLian, born and bred.
That
Yes.
old ATL.
What high
Yes.
school did you attend?
I went to Tri-Cities High School.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
This is
Tri-High.
Try High, what's that?
The
Escape?
Bulldogs.
What,
Yep,
Escape there?
Escape.
Okay.
That's right.
Andre was there.
Yeah.
I'm stuck after that.
Well, you also have Chanel and D Woods. D Woods was in
Oh,
Danny King.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Chanel
there's
was
a lot
one
of
young
people.
one.
We had a Maisha McQueen. She was in what was that movie with Jamie Foxx, The Big Ray.
Yeah.
Right.
Big Ray. Like we had a lot
She
of
said
people.
that movie was
Nice.
Jamie
That's
Foxx,
so where did you grow up? You grew up
Yeah,
East Point area?
I'm from College Park.
College
So
Park.
I lived
Okay.
in that area.
Shout out to College Park.
Yes,
And what about you,
College
Kanye?
All right, I'm from Gulfport, Mississippi. Hey!
Wow.
Right from the
That's
water.
That's where we could go.
You know, we
could
had a
gamble
beach
at.
down there and everything, casinos, you know, it's not country.
Listen.
People like the Mississippi have cows on the road and horses. No, we have a city in Mississippi as well.
Okay.
And Gulfport is the second largest city in Mississippi.
Oh, nice.
So shout out to Gulfport High. That's what I went to.
You said what y'all not gonna do is talk about it.
How did you guys meet?
Well, we met at a insurance conference.
Yep, it was a workshop.
Yeah. Very weird. You know, she was this with her team. I was with my other team. You know, we was there for, was it life training or bank
It was
training?
personal line.
Personal lines.
Yeah.
They not the insurance.
Yeah. And you know, from there, we just kept in touch. She was really cool to me. I'm like, she's a cool, dope person, very fun.
I am.
When you first meet, she's very timid, you know, like,
timid.
Don't talk to me. And then you just know, and she's like,
Well, see, but you want to know what that might have been that work environment. You know, she might have had to turn it down a couple of notches.
She is professional. She
Now tell us about the vlog, lipstick and cognac.
Yeah.
Okay, so, how that started was, I always wanted to do a vlog, you know. You know, in life take you away from things, and you have people who say you shouldn't be doing it. You have a good job, you make good money. And so I was like, man, I want to start my vlog. And one day she just got tied in.
Okay, hold on. Pause. You were going to my office for like 3 months straight talking about the exact same thing. And I'm the type
was like, all right, well, let's do it then.
Exactly, like, okay,
Pull
do
the
you
trigger.
need me to help you with it? Like, I don't know what you're trying to get out of me, but I'm not funding it. Like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, well, look, if you want me to do it, I'll come on there with you tonight.
Okay.
He's like, yeah!
And I didn't believe her because, you know, she called me and said, no disrespect to Granny. She was like, my husband, grandma's sick. I said, there she go with that dish. I said, get me out.
Always got
Get me out.
Always
Get me out happy. I'm like, she ain't finna go on. So then, like, she really came on. Our first live, we got over 1,500 views within a week.
Wow,
Okay.
good.
And I didn't think that was anything, you know, because people can pop a toe and get like 15,000 million hits.
Hold up,
Right.
people do what?
Pop a toe,
I don't know how you pop
break a
it up.
back, say something crazy.
Now that was country as hell. That was Mississippi right there.
He said Papa what? Oh, okay. I was like, Papa Lock?
Hey!
No, but and then from there, you know, like people reaching out to us. Some dude from TMZ reached out. His name was Kim. He was wrote me like a 3-paragraph page paper talking about y'all gonna go somewhere. Like I'm like, wow, like okay.
And this was a really bootleg. I'm talking about like.
But I said it was a bootleg
FaceTime
live.
call. And it was so bootleg. We was like, okay.
But you know, I think that the one thing that you can't take away from, regardless of how bootleg it was, is the chemistry between you two.
Yeah.
I actually sent Michael a photo of you guys from the beginning when you did your branding stuff, and I was like, oh, Michael, this was us 2 years ago, like literally like 3 years ago. And then when I watched y'all, I was like, oh yeah, all day long. That's definitely.
Now what's the well? I said a vlog, so was I wrong? Is it not?
It's a
vlog?
vlog.
It's a
Yeah.
vlog.
Vlog.
It's
I call
Well,
it
you
a
know
vlog.
I'm old.
the same thing.
You know I'm old,
Uh-huh.
but tell us about some of the topics that you guys cover, because you have an awesome
And
show.
when you
by the
guys
way.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of the best topics was
Yeah.
side piece.
Side
And we had to
piece.
bring that one back twice because
Okay.
everybody wanted to say
I
something
love
about side
home
piece.
with my side piece.
Don't say it.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
hey,
You got a little
hey,
what?
you got a side.
No, I side piece.
Okay, so
So get out there.
No, she ain't got a side piece. Y'all see
yes,
it.
there you go.
I'm
Okay,
single,
all right.
yeah.
Let's just make sure that's something you got side piece.
He is the side piece. And that is the T. No, I'm just messing. He's not
No,
a
this
side
is my business wife, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no side pieces. I'm covering.
They don't got
all
time for no side. I'll get beat up on site.
Don't say business wife, because she gonna come after the money when the thing is all over.
Right.
Trust me
I'm
on
gonna
that.
need
Hey,
help.
when we come
I
back,
asked for
we're gonna
help.
talk more. Shit, okay. We're gonna talk
Yeah.
more. Lipstick and cognac is in the building. We're gonna talk about that side. No, we ain't gonna talk about that.
No.
Hey, when we come back, we're gonna talk more. We got your birthdays and shout outs. Also, yep, y'all know we're gonna play some this or that a little bit later on. And Valerie Randolph is in the building. The Randolph Agency. Why is Valerie standing up? Is she about to shoot the place?
I know.
I'm just standing.
Spike LaJoy in the morning.
Standing up.
SpikeLaJoy.com. Wake up.
The black man can.
I know y'all can't see Valerie, but she is the most beautiful freckled woman I have seen with this little peach on. It's just giving me life, honey.
Put it in here, and then that way you don't have to hold it.
For some reason.
Did you
Yeah.
connect to
Speed
the
is
Randy,
low.
come up. Just switch out.
You
For
gotta
this.
Okay.
connect to
Right.
the Wi-Fi.
All right.
Do I just swap
I
sides?
never had to do that before.
You probably
All
did
right,
before
look
you
at
didn't
that.
realize that you did.
Okay.
Because yeah, you really have to. 'Cause it's
There's a lot
see,
going
I've
on
connected.
here. Okay.
I've connected to it before. So.
We're switching.
Okay. So that's
Yeah, what's the new queen, Marco or whatever her name is. Yeah, she started a fad. People getting freckle tattoos.
Oh yeah, I saw
I
that.
wonder if I want to donate. They need to start a program.
To donate to
donate a tattoo.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
everybody's been
freckle.
doing it for a minute.
Really?
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Today's show is being brought to you by the Valerie Randolph. You can check her out at therandolphagency.com, or you can visit her at 1995 Windy Hill Road, Smyrna, Georgia, 770-435-7667. The other day somebody asked me, what's Valerie's number? And I was like, hold on, let me find my script.
Right.
I had to look at the script. I was like, man, what happened? But you can call her 770-435-7667. Brandon's going to be hanging out with us today. Yep, the Black Man Can. We're going to be talking about that, a 501c3 that he's doing. And I love this shirt when he first came in. He said, root for black men.
Yeah.
Hey, if you celebrate a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And here are some celebrities that share that same birthday with you. It is our 45th show today on Michael and Joy at Power 1089. So y'all know what that means. It's a straight conspiracy. Because it is 45's birthday today. Happy birthday to President 45. He turns 71 years old today.
Happy birthday.
Also got to say happy birthday to the front man of the Culture Club. That would be Boy George. If y'all did not know, he's 57 years old today. Also, Faison Love is 50 years old. You don't know Culture Club? Comedian. Yeah, no, she knows. She just chumped me off. Comedian and actor Faison Love is 50 years old today.
Oh, he was from Scrubs.
Happy birthday from the tennis player Steffi Graf. She turns 49 years old today. And a WB birthday, Cognac. A WB birthday is a would have been birthday. Pat Summitt, former, I said Cognac. The former Tennessee Volunteers coach, probably one of the greatest coaches of all time. Pat Summitt would have been 66 years old today. Pat Summitt passed away 2 years ago at the young age of 64.
Wow. Happy birthday to our side chick. I'm just joking. Happy birthday, Miss Patrice Meadows. Remember she came on? She has a book called Side Chick, Married to the Visionary.
There she go right there. She made the wall.
Yep, she sure did. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my homeboy, Mr. Silas Grant. Also to Vid Bugs Jr. He came on as well too, the author out of Tampa. And my other homeboy, happy birthday, Jonathan Overton. Happy birthday.
Also got to say happy birthday to Brandy. She celebrated her birthday today. And one of my partners from Blog Talk Radio back in the day, Tammy Jones Gibbs, is celebrating her birthday today.
Wow.
So happy birthday to Tammy. She's doing her thing. And congratulations to you, sister. Keep it up.
Yes, if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy at Power 108.9.
Yo, shout out to the former mayor of Detroit. If y'all don't know what his name is, that is Kwame Kilpatrick. The former Detroit mayor was accused, not accused, but convicted in a federal corruption case. Is asking President 45, who recently announced that he is considering pardoning thousands of people to cut short his 28-year sentence. Now, Kwame Kilpatrick, who went to jail back in 2013 after he was convicted on charges of racketeering, conspiracy, extortion, filing fake tax returns, apologized to his family and to the city of Detroit in a Facebook post. I'm wondering where the hell he get Facebook from if he locked up. But he's saying that he is ready mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to go home. And then now
That's
45
his PR person running it.
Right, so 45 actually pulled up some old videotapes of him saying, "The hell with 45, you'll never be president." See what happened with videos.
So that just let you know he was crazy then.
No, I'm not joking. He didn't say that for real. But yeah, Kwame Kilpatrick is asking for a little forgiveness from our current president. Brandon is in the building. What up, folks?
Yeah.
What's up?
You doing good today?
Black man.
I said you doing good today?
I'm doing great.
We didn't chump you off when you called in to the show.
No,
it was a good call in.
Good call in, man. How you been?
I've been good.
Where you from originally?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Shout out to Connecticut. Y'all, we got that bridge. Yeah, from DC to Connecticut. You in Atlanta full time now?
No, I live in New York City.
Oh, you up in New York City? Well,
Yeah.
thanks for coming down and hanging out with us today.
Had to be in studio this time. I
Right.
wasn't
so-
time to come to studio.
Tell us a little bit
We're
about
super
yourself.
excited.
So I'm the Chief Visionary Officer of the Black Men Can Incorporated. It's a nonprofit focused on celebrating, educating, and inspiring boys and men of color. We're here down in Atlanta this week. We had the Black Men Can Awards on Saturday. So really excited about that, to celebrate the brilliance, excellence of black men and boys.
There you go. And we definitely need
Amen.
more of that, because like people chumping us off because they don't even know Father's Day is Sunday.
Exactly.
Right. We get
I
all the
know.
mother love, but
Like Father's Day, kind of like that side chick that y'all was talking about.
there you go.
Father's Day. Like, all right, I mean, it's Father's Day. We'll take you out to dinner.
Right.
You know.
Why do you think that stigma is so intense? Because Mother's Day, you see the flowers, you see everything ahead of time. It's like the biggest thing for dad is like, a coffee mug.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's just it's women, it's moms. We just had to celebrate our queens, and so it's just much bigger because kind of women expect it. Men don't always necessarily expect to receive things or that I'm going to be treated special on this day. It's just not a culture that we've created, but we need to create that culture. I'm a big believer when I think about what you see with women and everything that's going on, Black Girl Magic, all the conferences and everything that empower women. Men need the same thing. And so at the Black Men Can, we're trying to create those same spaces.
You are creating.
For so long, there was a stigma about men in society that, we go do our construction job, we come home, we eat dinner, and then we go to bed, and we didn't need all that extra love because we were the power, we were supposed to be the top tier of the family, and we didn't get emotional, and we taught our kids not to cry, you know what I'm saying?
And those are like fundamental problems. So it's so problematic in our society like that, because what that happens with that is that men, we tend to suffer in silence when we live like that, and then that doesn't make us great men for our communities, for our families, for society. And so it's really important that we create those spaces for us to be vulnerable, to heal and restore, so that we can be the best men possible.
The awards this weekend, what made you want to celebrate and highlight everything that the Black man is and does for us?
We wanted to just provide the positive contradiction to the prevailing black male image of today. We just wanted to show all the narratives and stories and places that we walk in. Not only are we, can be the President of the United States, but we're barbers, we're radio hosts, we are pastors, we're fathers, we're husbands, we're in all these different spaces, and so all those different narratives we want to celebrate and showcase on a national stage.
I'm watching a Netflix special now that it's How to Survive Prison. And I began watching it a couple of days ago, and one fact that I took away last night as I was watching it, for some reason it take me 3 days to watch an hour show. I don't understand. But as I was watching the show with that blood pressure medicine, they talked about how the Jim Crow era, the new Jim Crow, and they talked about how when you pull men from our communities and you incarcerate them for extended period of times, 5-10 years, that caused a trickle effect in the community.
Absolutely.
And I think that's now from the 70s and 80s, we're beginning to see that effect like more even now.
I think we're seeing that. We're seeing it on two sides. You're seeing the effect that it's actually having on society and so many households that didn't have fathers growing up, but then you're also seeing that population actually re-enter back into the population, and so they don't have jobs, they don't necessarily, all they know is what was going on in the 80s in terms of jobs and their skill set, so then that makes you revert back to doing some of the same things you were doing before. It just looks a little different because you don't have the skill set to be successful now.
Let me say, they come out but thinking of same jobs from the 80s.
And those don't even exist. There's only one place you can go.
Yeah.
So there's work that needs to be done in that area as well.
And they said a staggering number is crazy. 80 to 85% of men that are not just men, but people that are incarcerated, they're going right back to jail because of that.
Absolutely. So we've got the Black Men Can. We do the Black Men Can Institute. It's our program that we do for young men across the country. And so we've had grown men show. One time we had a brother who showed, he just got out 2 weeks ago. And he just showed, he said the Black Men Can. It just seemed like something I need to come to. He showed up and he asked me, what is that? And he was talking about my cell phone. He's like, he'd been locked up so long that like the concept of a cell phone is a foreign thing to him. And you can imagine so many other things that he saw that was just like, this is not reality. Like, I don't even know what world I'm walking into now that I've been released from prison.
It's interesting because we had Spirit Connection Church on ministries, and their whole premise is helping men rehabilitate back into society after they've been in jail, because the biggest thing is the mental space.
Yes.
How do you open yourself up to be able to help them in that space? Because again, you know, you went in 20 years ago and now here you are. Like, how can we help more in that?
I mean, I think we focus so much more. We're working on what we're going to do with adult men, but with young boys, it's really about creating those spaces for them to be able to share and be vulnerable. The conversations that I'm having with young men in our groups, you probably be like, you think about even some of the music that we're listening to, but how it affects them and what they're thinking. Some of the stories I could tell, you'd be like, oh man, I don't know if it makes you think differently of the song because of the way they interpret the songs. But it's really about making sure we create those spaces for them and give them the tools that are necessary to be successful.
Hey, Brandon Frame is hanging out with us today. You got that brother that just got out of prison. He used to hearing this right here. Oh,
That beeper, Lord have mercy, or that good old flip phone.
y'all act like y'all ain't had no beef.
It's okay,
Hey, when we come back, we're gonna talk more
It's
with
okay.
Brandon. We're gonna talk about his event that's coming up. Organization. Is
your
that
heart.
little Eddie in there?
Yeah.
Man, my beeper ringing. Give me that phone, Joy.
Bless
Call you right back. They beat
They don't call for the house phone. They go to that good old pay phone.
They beat 911 too. Hold on, I'll be back. Anybody got some quarters? Smiling Joy in the morning. Wake up.
You really thought that went through. Bless your heart.
What, that beeper?
Yes.
Hey, it did go through.
Good morning, everybody.
He really thought that
What
through.
up?
Hey. Good morning.
Eddie, I got this new trick, Eddie.
Whatever.
You
been practicing.
AJ and
Just
Jay.
standing right there by the board.
Hey, T. Morrison.
What's in that?
No.
It's just a magnet, man.
Let me one.
Yeah, sure. Close your eyes, Valerie. Eddie steady doing like this. Moving over there. You want to see if I can do it. Chris, I got him, don't I,
The
Chris?
stigma of
What you finna do?
actually hurting somebody if it's a mag.
Target practice.
Target practice. Hold on, Lil. Good morning, Miss
It's
Valerie.
so good to see
doing
you.
okay? We all set. I got the I finish it straight. Yeah.
Do you
I'm
have a
proud of
flyer
you. Proud of you.
for the? Did you send me a flyer for the event? I don't know.
I was like, what happened
I
to
said,
it?
Okay.
Kanye, I'm bring y'all back up after this break right here, okay?
All right.
Y'all
I'm
good.
good.
Y'all
I'm
good.
glad.
No, I'm
Blessed
just,
and happy and good to be back too.
I'm just looking.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm down last month here.
Yeah.
I know this. I was like, is that up there?
You ain't got no
I had a
beeper.
beeper. I had a beeper in high school.
I need you to text me because I lost your number.
Okay.
On the back.
Hey, I know your number. I know her number.
It's
Hold
the
on.
same number.
Do you know it?
Yeah, 1995 Whitney Hill Road.
You know, that's the address.
135 7667. Is my people still going on?
Something.
Goodness
My
gracious.
people.
What's your beeper?
Michael turn the beeper
Turn the beeper off. They probably say 4. What's that? 43 110.
Hello?
That's funny.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. The founder of the Black Man Can, Mr. Brandon Frame, is in the building with us today. Brandon, you came down here to go to school, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Shout out
Morehouse
to-
College in the building.
Yeah, shout out to Old House in the building. And I think
House.
that's where it's really started for you when you came
Absolutely.
down from Connecticut to Atlanta, and the first thing you think about, like a lot of people from up north, when they come down south, they see Atlanta on TV and they're like, oh, Atlanta got it going on. They got a black mayor, they got all these brothers down here and sisters doing their thing in prominent positions. But then you get down here within 285 and end up in Southwest Atlanta or on the west side of Atlanta, or even end up in College Park.
Right.
With
About
2 Chainz. Oh no,
Down on
he's
the south side.
Yeah, he's Point, I think. But it kind of changed your perception of
No,
it.
absolutely. Morehouse had a huge impact on me. Actually, it's kind of like the guiding point around the name, the Black Man Can. Just being around my fellow brothers and hearing their stories and their hopes for the future and their dreams. And that's where M.K. Asante is one of my favorite scholars. And he says, once you make an observation, you have an obligation. And so I made an observation that boys and men of color need to see positive images themselves. need to have their stories told. So I had an obligation to create that.
Once you make an observation, you have an obligation. That's
some of your mentors growing up, like when you decided to start this organization, the Black Man Can. Like some of the mentors that you looked up to.
It starts with my grandfather. He played a huge role. I think he knew that he wouldn't be around at this time, so he told me all these things when I was like 7, 8 years old, and they kind of just stuck with me in terms of how I should conduct myself, how I should treat women, and all those different things that the older black men will tell you in terms of how you should be. So that was one. And then Coach Ken Smith was my basketball coach in high school, and Terrell Hill is a mentor of mine, assistant superintendent in Connecticut. So these are just some men who have played a huge role in my development as a man. So I'm grateful for them.
And so I was able to have mentors growing up early on. Do you think that that's one of the things that's lacking now, is the fact that we have them, but they don't necessarily feel like they have the obligation to help out?
You know what? I think, I think the problem is so vast that there's so many boys that need a mentor that there's almost not enough men. It goes back to the thing that we were just talking about in terms of men who, how many men are locked up and all these different things that are taking place. And I also think why it's important for us to create those spaces for us to heal and restore as men, because I think so many men don't feel vulnerable enough to be a mentor, right? They don't think that they've reached a place in life that they can actually give back and share some wisdom and some guidance, and so we need to create those opportunities to build men. One of my quotes that I get frustrated when people say it is the Frederick Douglass quote when they're like, oh, it's easier to build, I'm going to mess it up, but it's easier to build young people than it is to build broken men, to repair broken men. But that's a fundamental problem if you believe that, because we need as many men at the table to help the young men.
And being a mentor is tough.
It is.
Like a lot of people don't realize that it's not a 1 hour gig, because what happened is you work with someone. You can't just let them go. You got to continue to have what I love, those actionable takeaways, and then check up on that person to make sure that they're staying on path. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
It's a tough path. You remember, you just mentioned you remember your mentors telling you cool little sayings, and now you're using them today with kids that you mentor. You remember chumping them off back in the day, like, man, what you talking about?
Absolutely.
Right, exactly. You didn't want to necessarily
think you know everything.
Listen.
Yeah, that's even a problem now with the younger generation. They just think they know everything, and social media doesn't help that in terms of what I like to say, don't let social media rush you, right? So people think success should come tomorrow as opposed to the work that it takes, and the journey, and enjoying the journey, and there's, the beauty in that.
Hey, Brandon Frame is hanging out with us today. He is the founder of the Black Man Can, the award-winning 501c3. I know I got that right. I'm reading it on the paper, so that's why I got it right. You can check him out. The Black Man Can. What's the website?
www.theblackmancan.org.
Boy, you said that the dot fast. You just say theblackmancan.com. You don't have to say that.
It's actually .org.
Oh, it's .org. No, he didn't say .org.
He did say .org.
Did you say .org? I told you you said .org. Valerie Randolph is in the building. Her number is 770-435-7667. But now Valerie is here. Valerie owns an Allstate right there on Windy Hill Road.
Yes, sir.
1995 Windy Hill Road. You go 75 north, get off at Windy Hill, bust that left. Go there about 1.23 miles. It's right there on the right hand side. Right. If you get to that golf course, guess what? You went too far. Just bust that U-turn, come back down, and then it'll be on the left.
You from New York, right?
From
Connecticut, right? So in other words, you don't know nothing about no car parkway.
Hey, shout out to Valerie Randolph. You love stories like this, don't you?
I love it, love it. I'm really involved in the community with the 100 Black Women, the Hedera Foundation. And the face of mentorship has really changed. When you're a part of organizations, sometimes it limits you to what you can do from a risk management standpoint. That whole legal system that we're in right now, it somewhat structures you, because the mentorship of old, I remember my mentors taking me home with them and, showing me things within their house.
Up now.
Yeah, now, oh no, you're going to get locked up, like you said, if you take somebody home, because all things can come out of that. And it's really needed. That mentorship of old is really needed now. The kids need to know.
Yep, they need to know. You got something coming up this week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
The Black Man Can Awards. It's going to be the ultimate celebration of black men and boys. So we got some great performances. We got some amazing honorees. And it's going to be a powerful evening want everybody in the room to come.
Super excited.
Free tickets for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Hey, when we come back, we're going to start distributing these free tickets when we come back.
Yes,
but I
sir.
got to say, shout out to Brandon Frame. He is the founder of the Black Man Can. And did you guys know that they have impacted over 5,000 boys in 48 institutes from across the United States in Atlanta, Baltimore, Boston, Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlottesville, VA, Hartfield, Connecticut, Manhattan, Memphis, Jersey City, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., and so on and so on
Yes,
and so
sir.
on. So for more information, you can visit that website. What it is again, y'all?
www.theblackmancan.org.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more. I'm going to tell you about them dirty dish rags in your sink. Just because you wash dishes don't mean your dish rag is always clean.
That makes a lot of sense.
It might make your stomach hurt. I'm going to take my medicine. I'll be back. I got to get back.
Michael and
It's Michael Jordan. Wake up, back up.
Hey, Ron. Sweet Georgia Brown said Baltimore in the house, and then there was another lady, Tamara Mitchell
Switch out
Davis.
real quick.
Brandon said hello.
You're going to talk
You
without
hear me
her because we're going to talk about
You hear
her
me
and
talking?
she can't
You
reply.
hear me talking to you? You hear me talking to you? Oh yeah, Tamara Mitchell Davis said Connecticut.
Represent very well.
Yeah.
I know the first foot too.
Alonzo. Yeah.
Oh, my mom just checked on.
Super dope.
Come on, say good job.
I wasn't even ready.
I'll say good job.
Oh yeah, because that's yours, right?
Lift it up.
Yeah. That's what it's about, sharing content creation.
Hey, Sarah Kim. What's up, Buzz?
Kenny
Hey,
Smith. North Carolina Kenny
Kenny.
Smith? That's your coach?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Kenny the J. You talking about Kenny the J?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Rohan. Joyce. Thanks for everybody for showing up this morning.
Thank you.
Michael Joy in the morning.
Valerie.
MichaelJoy.com is the website. Valerie Randolph is in the building today. The Valerie Randolph is in the building today. 1995, Wendy Hill Road, Smyrna, Georgia. Y'all know she hangs out with us every Thursday. As a matter of fact, today's show is brought to you by Valerie Randolph. How you been, Valerie?
Good.
Good. What you working on this week?
Oh, this weekend I'm going to Tunica, Mississippi.
Nice.
Yes.
Look, he's from Mississippi.
Okay.
Going down there with the Hedera Foundation. Not Hedera Foundation, I'm sorry. Family Biz Builders.
Okay, nice.
We're down there working with children in the Delta.
Nice.
You know, the children in the Delta, our children, have the absolute lowest statistics when it comes to graduation rates.
Wow.
Family Biz Builders has started an after-school program, a financial empowerment program to help the children of the Mississippi Delta see that they can graduate from high school.
Mm-hmm.
And after they graduate from high school, they can have a very viable career.
Yes.
So they're doing some wonderful things with the children.
I love all the stuff that you do.
Yes, she
Valerie.
does.
Super
Cognac, aka Rodney.
AKA Bailey's.
When you, aka White Hennessy, aka
It's Cognac.
Smirnoff.
Cognac.
You come from Mississippi though, like when you came to Atlanta, was that first move from Mississippi to Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay.
And, like, just pick about the Delta.
Yeah.
Like, I went to college, and the kids, they are very smart children. Because, to be honest, they don't really have anything out there else to do but focus on your school. So I know people who I graduated in 2013 with USM, like, they're doctors, lawyers, like, they're very intelligent people.
What do you think? I mean, obviously, coming from Mississippi, what do you think is the disconnect and them getting from high school to college or just graduating from high school?
It's really
in
nothing
general?
to do.
Yeah.
To be honest, in some places, some of my friends had like dirt roads going to their house. Like I was like, oh, people still live like this.
Yeah.
You read books and things, but some people still live like back in slavery time. And I'm not even trying to be funny.
No.
Well, you look at a white person, they scared us talk. I'm just like, oh, well, we more advanced down on the coast.
Right.
and they were like, you can't walk on this side. Because like in Clarks, I think they had a documentary back in 2009 where High School Mississippi just integrated a black prom.
Wow.
And I was like, that was like so mind-boggling. I'm like,
especially when you think of where we are as
now.
a whole.
Yes.
And I even see people today that have that mindset, like especially in corporate America, or even when you're out, and if you want to say, hey, talking about that white person over there, they do like this. Yeah, I'm talking about that. or that. I'm like, dude, why you can't say black or white?
Everything is not a racist comment. I know my grandfather, he's from Decatur, Mississippi. The greatest man in the world.
Decatur in Mississippi?
Decatur, Mississippi.
Decatur, where?
I went to the shop. The man taught me everything I know. You know, taught my dad and everything. And I mean, one time
Who else he teach?
Everybody. And I remember one time we was in a car. And like a police got behind us. When I say my grandfather was so scared, but he was such a man. Like when that cop got behind him, you would thought he was like fire. He was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "Papa, you can't shut up! Yeah, put on your seatbelt." And I'm just like, "Dang!" But it's just but the effect is real on like that. Like I don't know what happened. I just thank God we're at a place where we're moving forward.
Amen.
You know, but it still affects some people. So people say get over racism. That's not reality.
Right. It's mentally.
No.
And it still goes on.
All day long.
And when we talk about how we empower, and Valerie does an amazing job at this, how we empower our own first, when I say like within our 285 or within our block or something like that, you begin to take that message out, because that's the one thing we hear when we talk about smaller cities that are deprived from the technology or the resources. We can't wait for them to come to us. We got to go to them, and that's what you guys are doing.
Oh, definitely. You know, I try to surround myself with people that's doing empowering things. And I want to give a shout out to the Bonds ladies down in Mississippi, Vivian Thompson, Shirley, and Peggy Henderson. They are doing some wonderful things in Tunica and Robinsonville for the children. They were one of the first minority families to have a chemical plant.
Oh, wow.
You know, down in the Mississippi Delta. They've had clothing lines. These women are doing fabulous things. So they just didn't say, I want these things for myself. I cannot be here doing great things and not reaching out to the children. And so they partnered with the USTA, the Tennis Association, and they've got a great program going on. They're doing financial empowerment for USTA. And they're working with the casinos down in Tunica, Mississippi. They pulled those casino owners in down there, and they are doing some wonderful things. They're having an awesome golf tournament this weekend. That's their primary fundraiser. They've got some celebrities coming in, and so they're really doing great things for these children.
I was gonna say, you know, it's about getting the word out.
Yes.
You know, I think that, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, man, how did she hook up with an organization all the way down there? But however you did, I'm super, super excited you did, because I'm glad that you are able to be here to talk to us about it.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more. We're going to play some this or that. Shout out to Valerie Randolph, and that we're going down to Mississippi, and I'm reading the guest list of celebrities that they got coming down there now. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Walker, a.k.a. JJ, will be appearing, and also Lil Mama will be in the building performing her hit song.
No, she was invited. She was invited.
No, she coming. Gave her $500 and a 6-piece lemon pepper wings.
Oh, God.
I'm on my way. Somebody can join. I can enjoy that song. What's that song, Lil Mama?
I don't know.
Let It Rain. Let It, was that her?
Yeah,
that's not her.
That's not her.
What Lil Mama song was? I'm all country. What Lil Mama song was?
That was
Lip
My lip gloss is popping.
Yeah,
that was
Y'all so funny.
Back in the day.
Yeah, my mentor in the business, she is Vivian Thompson. She's one of the ladies of the
What is
Bonds
do you
family.
know the website for that? For
It's
their
called
organization?
Family Biz, and it's
Michael from Uptown,
bizbuilders.com.
Michael.
I mean, .org.
He was like little Michael.
Michael from Good Times, the little brother.
Look.
Raj from What's Happening gonna be there?
I'm thinking about like
FamilyBiz.org.
three different old
I
shows.
think I see.
You know,
Yeah,
Thelma.
or either
From Good
Family
Times?
Biz, B-I-Z,
No, he don't.
Builders.
Sing the
Good times. Temporary laid off.
So that's gonna bring some flashbacks. Bring that some flashbacks.
Easy credit ripoffs.
Okay. The one look like my dad with the little fro.
Damn. Yes.
Ain't that when he died?
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed him off the show.
Yeah. With the youngest son,
We had a daughter.
Daddy.
Right now.
Woo! Had to jog that.
I know you're talking about.
Valerie, can you switch out with her real quick?
Family biz, I found it. Hey, Lamika. Resources are huge. You have a lot of small cities that are cutting funding, and the first thing that's going on is libraries. I know, Provincial Cavalier.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get on your camera.
Good morning, good people from Cleveland. Good spit, Brandon. That's for you. Oh, you shared it, so your people are watching. Gotcha. Yeah.
What y'all, I got y'all. Y'all need some help? What's up?
Yes, we got a full house this morning.
This is the top player.
Joy.
What y'all?
I'm another insurance agency owner
I need another color.
with farmers
Another color.
and got
So
a
I know,
office
but it's
manager
two of
with
us.
State Farm.
I know, but which one
So
is he
it's
gonna
so
serve?
good to see what's happening in our industry. That is
No, I'm saying do yours.
people,
Well, if you
young
don't give me the
black
highlighter.
people that's coming into the business, and that's going to do some awesome things. Because I'm going to leave in about 7 to 10 years. But it's all good. It's all good.
Just circle one of those for her.
Okay.
See which one she would pick.
Which one do you think she would?
Hey,
Don't say nothing out
Frederick.
loud. Just
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep it to
then you gotta
yourself.
give him specific instructions because he can't hold water.
So answer all these questions, right?
And keep it to
it's just
yourself.
one or the other.
Right.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an awesome show for you today. Lipstick is here.
Yes,
Lipstick, you got the
Lipstick,
mic all
what's
to
your
yourself
real
today.
name?
Yes, my real name is Patricia. No, it's Patricia.
Patricia,
My mama,
I'm about to say Patricia.
my mama liked the way that sound, but you know, Patricia.
Patricia.
You added that extra stuff to you. Tell us about your vlog and what people can expect from you too.
So our vlog is it's really just spur of the moment. It's unscripted. We come up with a topic and we just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I guess the biggest catch for us is that we have totally different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
He's an open book, and I'm like, you don't need to know all that. And so we get off on that. Like, we just go back and forth. I'm usually the voice of reason, and he's like Mr. Pop-Off, where it's the first thing to come to his mind, and he's like, because this is this and this and this. And I'm like, well, hold on, think about it. And then and at the end of each vlog,
calm down.
exactly. And then at the end, he's always like, oh yeah, that does make sense.
After he listened,
Eventually,
Right.
we spent like 30 minutes trying to get him to listen, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that does make sense." Well, I changed my mind, but I still stand beside because men can't never give up. Just everything.
Right.
talk about it. It kind of sounds similar to a relationship
It
I was
is.
in. Yeah,
It is.
still in it today.
I'm about to say, you gotta watch your mouth. I'm gonna cut your mic off.
45.
I'm gonna pull out all these cords. Everybody gonna be Michaels.
See what happened? See what I'm talking
I'm
about?
about to say, I listen
Thank you,
very well.
Imagine.
I just have your opinion.
Now, when do you guys do your show?
We do it on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Facebook on the Lipstick and Cognac page and Instagram on Lipstick and Cognac.
What you guys got coming up this week?
Oh,
Next
this
week,
week?
right?
Well, this week we are actually moving. We're going out to Charlotte.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Code Red, shout out to that. And then next week we have some stuff in the works, but we can't really say anything on it right now. But we'll let y'all know.
Because it's still in the works.
Everybody want to come to the show and say, yeah, I got some stuff I'm working on, but I can't talk about it.
But we can't talk about it just
we're
yet.
fine, yeah.
But I'm
It's some
excited.
clues on her Instagram.
I'm
that
excited
we
for
can
you
find
guys
out.
because it's just been 3 months.
Yes.
It's just been 3 months and you guys are getting some really, really good hype. Definitely excited that you guys are Wednesdays and not Monday through Friday, 7 to 9.
Well, it's 9 p.m.
No, I know, but the point
I got
was
you.
the point was that you ain't coming for us.
Brandon, when with you, man, you have been creating some amazing dialogue, and now when we were talking about how opportunity for brothers that come out of prison for a period of time, they don't understand. It's hard for them to adapt, and now there are things that they can do, outside of tradition. You ain't got to work in the warehouse no more. You can go take you a few IT classes, some techie classes or whatever. What's the best advice that you have for some of them brothers that are coming out making that transition?
Best advice is to first seek support. I mean, I think that's the best thing coming out is that you need to ask for help because you have to allow yourself to be that vulnerable and say, okay, let me find a program that's going to allow for me to get some skills. Let me find maybe this is something that somebody needs to create is a place where if you're coming out, you can go and find all the places that are hiring brothers who have been convicted of crimes and whatnot. So I think that those are I think my first step,
Yeah.
even some that have come to me, like some of my own friends from when I grew up, saying, "Man, do you know of anything?" Just humbling yourself enough to say, "Okay, I need some help. I need some support. Do you know of a business that's saying, yeah, we're intentional in hiring brothers who are or men who need that type of support."
And talking about the system, man, when this special I watched over the week, man, it really opened my eyes about the prison system and what it does. It's not a rehabilitation center. It's a spot for free labor, basically, and it doesn't rehabilitate anybody. You got a small percentage of people, maybe 17% of the people that ain't going back. There was a guy who was wrongfully convicted in this special, 26 years wrongfully convicted. And when he said when it was time for him to get out and sign his papers to get out of jail, they didn't ask him, do you have a place to live? Do you have a job set up? Do you have any money? They just said, here, take this beeper and this raggedy t-shirt that you came in with, and we'll see you when you come back.
Yeah.
No, that's the reality.
No,
they don't care.
No, it is. It's like, and then you think about it, and you think about a school to prison pipeline. That's it's actually what happens in our schools with in-school suspension. Like, so you commit some sort of infraction in the school, and you go into in-school suspension, but it's not necessarily rehabilitation. You just go there, and you get your work sent to you, then you come back out committing the same type of
Right, exactly.
We're already training our young men and women to do some of the same things. That's actually the highest growing population of prisoners is women who are being incarcerated. So
did you guys anybody catch that Jaden Smith video that he did when he talked about the schools and how he associated the schools with the prisons, with the long hallways, the bell that tells you which way to go. Everybody is in a authority person when you go from classroom to classroom, and he kind of put the two together. So we talk about that.
I mean, it's already being embedded in us.
Yeah, it's
from the beginning.
So what are you guys doing to change that perception? And like you said, we rooting for black men out here.
Yeah, so that's what the Black Man Camp Institute is primarily focused on, is bringing boys into that space. Because I meet so many young men. Like, if we could do it and go to any school right now, or school's out, but we go to a classroom and we'll say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you're gonna get a lot of things, but you're gonna get some athletes and you're gonna get some rappers. And actually, I don't necessarily have an issue with that. What I have an issue with is the level of confidence that they have. No matter the size of the boy, they believe they're gonna be a rapper or they're going to be a basketball player or a football player. My goal or intention with the work that we're doing is to make sure they have that same level of confidence in wanting to be an engineer, a doctor. So it's not that I don't have an issue with you wanting to aspire to be that, because I know what you see on TV. So therefore, I understand that the media shows us in those are the only areas in which we are celebrated. So therefore, I was once one of those boys too that wanted to be an athlete. I couldn't rap, so I wanted to be an athlete. But
I can rap, but I want to be.
I could rap if somebody write my lyrics,
Right.
That's okay.
Delivery.
That's okay. Yeah, I got delivery style. But I want them to have that same level of confidence in other areas, and so it's important for us to put those narratives and images in front of them so that they have that level of confidence in terms of what they aspire to be.
At what point did you say, this thing really taking off? Was it when you went on Boston Globe, CBS, MSNBC, NBC? Was it at that point, or did you know you had Michael and Joy in the morning? You got to come in studio this time. When did you realize that what you was doing was making an impact?
You know what? That's a great question. What made me know that it was making an impact was when we did an institute in Wilmington, Delaware, and we had lots of boys come out, and at the institute we teach boys how to tie ties. And so the boy, and most at least half the room usually doesn't know how to tie a tie. So anyways, we go through the institute, learn how to tie a tie. About two months later, I found myself back in Wilmington, Delaware. With just doing some follow-up work and whatnot, and I literally was on MLK Drive, and in anybody's neighborhood, you know where MLK is. But I randomly ran into this boy. He's like, "Yo, you're Mr. Black Man Can," and I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And he goes, "At the institute, you said we had to pay it forward in terms of learning how to tie a tie." So he told me when he got home, he taught his dad how to tie a tie.
Oh, wow.
So
good job,
that was a moment from like, we're on to something. Like I all the media opportunities, that's amazing, and I truly enjoyed. Those are reminders to continue to create stories like that.
But that story is what when for sure. And then the fact that it was his father that he taught.
Yeah.
So the narrative is that if you don't know it, I can't teach it. So obviously he couldn't teach that to his own child. So that's when you stepped in. Come on.
Brandon Frame is hanging out with us today. He is the founder of the Black Man Can. Their mission is very simple: to celebrate, educate, and inspire boys and men of color. Got an event coming up this week.
Yes, Black Man Can Awards. We're going to be right at the Ray Charles Performing Arts Center. And we want to fill the place up. We have quite a few seats left, so I'm just going to give the discount code to everybody.
There you go.
So if you're listening, everybody in the room, the discount code is uppercase TBMC, and you can go to www.theblackmancanawards.com, put in code TBMC, and I'll give you a complimentary ticket. And until it sells out, we hope to see you there.
There you go. Hey, man, thank you for hanging out with us today. Hey, when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to play some this or that, and of course, Valerie Randolph is going to leave us with some words of inspiration from Psalms 24, verse 12. You got your Bible?
And me.
It's
Saturday, right, Brad?
She said, I got Google.
Saturday.
Hey, when we come back, it's more Michael and Joy in the morning. Power 108.9. Shout in, wake up.
What's the name of that
Hold on.
again?
We're going to switch out.
What do you want? The Black Man Can Awards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause you about to be in the hot seat.
I don't know.
Yo, you in the hot seat.
Oh, I'm in the hot seat.
.com for that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Black Man Can Awards.
Okay.
Black Man Can Awards.
Okay.
Hi, Sarah. How you doing? Hi, Sheila. Hi, Vicky.
Hey, yo, Brandon. Like, you good dude.
Yeah, they really
Yes, that is
I need a
wonderful.
mentor, man.
I was gonna say, yeah. Can you rub off a little bit on him?
Do you work with the kids before they get kids? Probably like around high school age? Or
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what your focus
That's
is.
like my full-time job too, but that's most of our work with the Black Man Can middle school and high school.
Okay, because I have a brother here in Atlanta that
birthday.
does that. His organization is called Making the Transition.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all would be a really, really good connection.
Definitely. Please,
I'll give you his contact information.
Somebody said you getting violent over that highlighter. Yeah, because I was like, how you gonna mark the answers? Like, give me the highlighter.
I just wanted you to do yours first because your mind's fan is of a
Man, no,
7-year-old.
no.
Hey,
That's
Michael and
real.
Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Hey, there is an initiative that would divide California into 3 separate states. It qualified on Tuesday. It appeared on the ballot back in November during a general election. Now, Californians will vote whether to separate into 3 states. So obviously you'll have California, Northern California, and Southern California. Now, it's all subject to approval by the U.S. Congress, but the proposal by venture capitalist Mr. Tim Draper to break up California in a campaign called the Cal 3 received more than 402,000 valid signatures, surpassing the amount required by state law to do that. So wow, California, 3 different states. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
That's big enough.
Right.
About to say, you know what's next?
Texas. Right. Let's go and knock Texas out.
Right.
Let's go and knock Mississippi out. Let's change that to 2. Nah, that ain't big enough.
No,
Yeah.
slow down.
Hey, Lipstick and Cognac hanging out with us today. When y'all hear that song, y'all know what that means. It's time to play this or that. And what it does is it gives our listeners an opportunity to know our guests. And today, Lipstick,
Yeah.
you're on the hot seat
girl.
today.
Okay, I'm on the hot seat.
Yes.
Come
you
on,
thought
ATL.
Cognac was on the hot seat?
She right. No,
That
it's
was a
you,
question.
girl.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
you.
that was a question,
Yeah, it
but
was.
you like, shoo.
Why are you nervous? Don't be nervous.
Oh no, I'm on the hot seat.
All right, so here's the deal. This is a game that we play called This or That. And it's actually a contest between Joy and I. And with this being our 45th show
An
at
intense
Power
time.
108.9, this is a very intense game. Because right now, Joy is leading 17-9.
Yes.
Crazy. So today,
So all you
we
have to
added a
do
little
is just pick an
special.
answer.
We added a little something different because your co-host, Cognac, is also playing the game as well. Cognac, a.k.a. Rodney. Can we call you Rodney?
AKA Bailey.
Rodney, right?
Cognac.
No. It's not Cognac.
Cognac.
It's Cognac.
Yeah.
Whatever. Y'all
It's like,
confusing me.
whatever.
Alright, so here's the deal. Cognac
Michael
has
drank that.
planned as well. I did put a C for your
Okay.
name though. So and like we said, we're gonna see who knows you best by the answers that we select. Alright? So for instance, you grew up down on the south side in East Perth, right?
Eat point.
Wrong.
College Park.
He called
Right.
Pop.
College
College
Park.
Park.
Okay, you are College Park. Did y'all have y'all cereal on top of the refrigerator or in a pantry?
On top of the refrigerator.
Okay, they ain't had no money. They had no pantry.
not
Most
quite.
people had pantries. that had money. Like Eddie, where y'all had y'all at?
Both.
See, they had
We had ours on time.
Everybody had ours on the time.
Yeah, I never heard of putting the cereal.
That's a new thing. They didn't have pictures back in the day.
They had that same. You had your cans and your Raid right beside each other. and that good old mouse trap where you had to put the piece of cheese
Behind the refrigerator.
All you heard was that little snap.
Somebody
what was the name of the white stuff we used to use too for the roaches?
I don't know. Borax.
Borax, yeah. Shout out to that borax. So anyway, that's how we play.
So just pick an answer.
So you wake up in the morning, you got 2 boxes of cereal on the table. One is Frosted Flakes, the other is Captain Crunch. Which one are you choosing?
You know I don't eat that. But
just say which one you're choosing. You
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. All right. Cognac. He got one. We both
okay,
said
I'm about to
Frosted
say
Flakes. She looked like a Frosted Flaker to me, though. I think she just picked one because
she's just trying to be difficult.
How about this one? Cheetos or cheese puffs?
Cheetos.
Bam, I got that one. Mexican or Italian? And we're talking about food, not men.
Mexican.
Yes. All right, Cognac. Okay, we see you, partner. I know your co-host. Lemon pepper wings or hot wings?
Hot wings.
We all got that wrong.
Yeah, I do not like lemon pepper.
You eat your wings with both of your hands?
Yes.
You do?
Oh, I saw a girl the other day. I thought she was gonna eat her finger. I was like, baby girl, that's not a part of the wing.
That's me when I do eat meat. Yeah.
McDonald's fries or Chick-fil-A fries?
McDonald's.
We all had you down as a Chick-fil-A.
You know what? We should start over.
How about this one? Cruise vacation or destination vacation?
Destination.
Okay, we all got that one. All right.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
And bam.
Jamaica.
So Joy is on the board. 1, 2, and 3 in that order. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
How about this one? Vegas or Miami?
Ooh, that's a good one. Miami.
They both okay. So one for Joy, one for Cognac. So it's 4-2-2. All right, here go a real hood College Park question. Grape Kool-Aid or red Kool-Aid, shall we?
Grape
Kool-Aid. All right, Joy, that puts you in the game. So right now, Joy has 3. Michael has 2. Cognac has 4. This is the bonus question, though. Yup. And today, because we are celebrating the birth of one boy, George, the bonus question is going to be worth 57 points today. This could put anybody.
Oh, wow.
That's cheap.
This gonna show. This gonna say a lot about you. I hope your husband listens to this.
When is your show?
Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
9 p.m. And how can they check you out?
You can follow us Lipstick and Cognac on Facebook and Instagram. We also have it on YouTube. It's Lipstick and Cognac page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, after the show, though, you guys had an awesome show, inspired millions of people. But after the show, nobody felt like driving home. So what we do is you have an option to call anybody on the house phone. But the deal is you can't call anybody because there's only 3 numbers in there that you can call. Who are you calling to drive you home out of these 3 people for 57 points and a win? Is it Takeoff, Offset, or Quavo? Who are you calling to drive you home and he just driving you home? You know you married, yeah.
He's just driving me home.
Just driving you home.
Just to the house.
Well, we know it ain't Offset because he just got in a car accident, so he can't drive.
Okay, Offset is out.
I'm gonna say Quavo.
Quavo.
So that would be the last
Yeah,
one.
that's the last one. Shout out to me. I won.
Yeah.
Yes, congratulations.
All right,
Thank
well,
you very
let's
much.
watch
So
the Jordan.
shout out to
Thank you
y'all.
coming
One more
on.
time, how can we watch the show?
All right, listen, you go ahead.
Okay, so you can watch us
Quavo,
on
shout
Lipstick and Quavo. I mean, everybody knows Quavo. I thought he was gonna go solo, but we're not gonna say that about that.
Hey,
But
he ain't that talented.
But you can find us at Lipstick and Cognac on Instagram and Facebook, and Lipstick and Cognac page on YouTube. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Yay!
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time to
Yeah.
10 p.m. We are we are stickler about it, so you don't have to worry about missing your shows because we're going over to 10 o'clock.
Hey, well, congratulations to y'all.
Thank you.
Y'all got to come back and hang out with us. Hey, when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Let it go. Happy birthday, Vid. What up, Rich Boy?
Hi.
Drizzy
The
dropped
BlackManCanAwards.com is the website. You are interested in coming. The code is TEMZ Saturday at 7 p.m. It will be at the Ray Charles.
Why did they do that?
The Ray Charles Performing Arts Center on Morehouse's campus. Shout out to Morehouse.
Michael Bailey.
Hey, Melinda Pierce, how you doing?
And the tickets will, the poll will last long. The tickets on it was like 10 of them left. Other than that, you gotta buy it.
Some
I
interesting
didn't say it
topics
wasn't
this
legal,
morning.
Okay.
Support, and also go to the blackmancan.org.
I went picking, he got the call.
Come
The
out
Black
to
Man.
Yeah, all of them reckless. He just got called.
And
donate.
They all reckless.
Doing some really
They all reckless.
thank you, Natasha.
They all
They
reckless.
all reckless. Offset could have hired y'all both over. You tripping.
You ladies are really
You should show
making it
Offset.
happen.
Quavo, the one that always get featured
Rebecca.
on
I was about to say Quavo, you got
Michael and Joy in the morning, michaelandjoy.com as we wrap up this Thursday show. Thank you to the Valerie Randolph and the Randolph Agency. As a matter of fact, you can check out the website, therandolphagency.com. 1995 Windy Hill Road is where you can find her. Hey, if you didn't know that there's a decent chance that your kitchen tiles are hiding a lot of bacteria being linked to food poisoning and other infections. As a matter of fact, according to that new study through some of the their urgent caution before tossing those towels into the trash. Now, findings is based on a university study of 100 kitchen towels used unwashed for 1 month, roughly half of which were found to have bacterial growth. Of these typical towels associated with children, larger families, multiple uses, higher humidity, diets containing meat, 37% of them contained E. coli, and the same percentage had the enterococcus bacteria. I know I said that wrong, but it sounded very good. They link to infections of your stomach, your urinary tract, your bloodstreams, blah, 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 blah. Just because you wash the dishes don't mean that your dishes or dish towel is clean.
I always put mine in the wash.
I do too. Like, especially when you
grab
grab it.
just after a couple of days.
Your hands smell funny after, and I'm like,
You can't go a whole month.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So when you wash dishes, that soap don't clean the rack?
No,
So
it does
what
not. That's we
what
just
that
said,
story
brother.
just
Yeah.
said was, we know why
You are
say
guilty,
no.
yeah.
We know
I'm
why
guilty
you
of
say
it. I never heard of washing.
Hey, but you know your
But you
segment-
put Pyrex in the water, so.
But you know your segment
that's
was
the
over though.
Mississippi stuff.
Okay, well,
That's
yeah.
Mississippi.
You know your segment was over though.
Oh.
Yeah. We trying
He
to wrap up,
jumped
bro.
right on in there.
Yeah, he did. Nah, good job, Joe. I don't blame you.
He said,
He worried about his towel
Wait a
though.
minute.
He thinking about the last time. When did I wash my damn dish towel?
You probably got a girl washing your dishes. You ain't got a lot
My
of.
stomach hurt now. Like, oops.
Something.
Wash them when you go home, please, okay? Don't just put them in the dishwasher. No, put them in the laundry. Valerie Randolph, hey, as we wrap up this awesome show, congratulations on all of the awesome events that you got coming up, Valerie.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate you. Parting words before we get out of here.
Well, you know me. If you have life insurance, get it reviewed on at least a semi-annual basis, if not an annual basis. If you don't have life insurance, take some time and get some. Think about the people that you're going to leave behind.
And how easy is that process, Valerie?
It's easy. Easy as going to get some auto insurance. Okay?
And you can get it from the same person.
But do this for me. You are the engine that makes everything run in your life. Take some time. Take some time and put back to you. And what that means is go and sit with an insurance professional and review your situation. Find out how much life insurance you actually need. Don't get just enough to bury you.
Because life insurance is for the people that
For
you
the
leave
Yep.
living. Amen.
That's right.
The Randolph Agency, if you want to call them, they're going to be open in 6 minutes, aren't they?
Oh, yes.
Yep, what's that number?
770-435-7667.
The Valerie Randolph is hanging out with us. Shout out to everybody that sat in studio with us today. Lipsticks and Cognac. Shout out to you. Also, shout out to Brandon Frame. Congratulations, my brother.
sir,
The
Brandon.
founder of The Black Man Can. Also, shout out to Eddie for hanging in with us today. Eddie, don't move. I got this new trick I want to show you. Hey, do me a favor as we get ready to roll into this weekend. I know it's hot. I know your pools are open, but here is a harsh reminder that a fifth of drownings a year involve kids, ladies and gentlemen. Just the other day, Olympic skier Bodie Miller's 19-month-old daughter was lost after she fell into a neighbor's private pool out in California. The reason I say that, a fifth of all the deaths involve our kids. I mean, we're not paying attention to our kids when we go out to the pool. Leave your phone in your bag. There's nothing more important. Water ain't no joke. Water is not no joke.
And you don't need a lot of it. That's the other thing. Everybody think you got to be in a pool. You could be in your bathtub. A little bit of water goes a long way.
So when you're out at the pools, at the beaches, the lakes, wherever you go for your summertime fun, put your phones down and watch your kids, because that water ain't no joke. Hey, this is a PSA from Michael
Be in the moment.
We'll see y'all on tomorrow, which is Friday. And yes, guys, I took my medicine today.
Yeah.
I got that number down. Dude, yesterday, I'm telling you.
You mean that blue pill?
No, not that one. 168 over 115, that ain't a joke, but blood pressure is the silent killer.
Amen.
You almost got your boy yesterday. It's Michael
Well,
tomorrow.
speak that on your life.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
He ain't mean that.
And again,
No,
everybody, I
He
appreciate
mean
you
that,
so
God.
much for
Hi, Prime
joining me
Focus.
this
Hey,
morning.
Hey, Leon. Thank you guys for tuning
Very,
in.
very much appreciated. Had a wonderful show
From the top of my head to the
this
soles of
morning
my
with
feet, I
some
ask that God watch
wonderful
over you, keep
people.
you,
Looking
protect you,
forward to
expand you,
going
expand
down
your
to
capacity.
the
In Jesus' name we
Mississippi
pray.
Delta
Amen.
this weekend down
See
in
ya.
Tunica,
My
Robinsonville,
FB
to help
studio
the
said
children
call
down there.
them, Michael. So
So
say
we're
just
getting
pick
What
a
up,
day.
baby?
Send us an email. Let's make it happen. You guys have a great day.
And the other thing, Michael was talking about the
TBMC,
pools,
the
you know,
website, the Black
and be
Man Can
careful and everything like that.
Awards.com is this Saturday
If
at 7
your
p.m.
hose
Or
has been
if you
sitting
can't make
out
it
in the
physically, you can
line
always go to the
in the 90-degree
blackmancan.org
sun,
and click the
don't
donate button
automatically
and
spray
donate
your
something.
children
All
with
right, guys,
alcohol.
have an
You might
amazing day.
burn
See you
them.
later.
Okay? PSA from the Randolph Agency. Love you all. Thank you.
Black man can.
There you go, Eddie. Stand right there.
Alright,
You gone?
you gotta stop the
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys. No. I
You
love this
Okay.
space. You know we got
You're not
your
gonna
back.
leave out
Thank
of the way.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be a really good look.